Hello and welcome to another episode in the Killer Budget series. I was going to do Ghostface, but I was like, I've already done Hillbilly. Hillbilly is already all of the perks on him, so I may as well do so. When you buy Hillbilly, he'll basically look like this without the cool little blood on the hammer. And he does have some cool skins. This one you probably won't be able to get because it is a Rift skin, but they will release it again probably. And same for this one, except for the meat leg, you can obviously buy it, and you can buy another version of this outfit in the shop. But let's get into the actual builds, shall we? In this series, I like to show 3 different builds for different progression points, and all of them will be in a timestamp below, and there are chapters in the video. So the way we do this is we have a completely free-to-play budget video, where it's only like, you know, Trapper, Wraith, Hillbilly, Nurse, and Huntress's perks, plus Demogorgons because it's no longer in the game, and the base perks. And then I go to Special Edition, which is Doctor and Hag. Then I go add 1 DLC and make 3 builds where they all choose 1 different DLC. And then I add another DLC to each one of those builds. So, to start with, the prerequisites to this build here is to have Trapper and Nurse Prestige 1. There were 2 alternatives. You can obviously remove Brutal Strength and change it to any perks you like, such as Jolt, or even Tinkerer. So I would say that the only true prerequisite to this one is Nurse, for Nurse's Calling. But, you know, you are to your own, you can, and there are alternative builds in this video. So Sloppy Butcher, so then when we hit someone, it takes them longer to heal, which will work with Nurse's Calling, so we can see them healing, so then we can down them. Brutal Strength, so then we can break pallets and save our chainsaw's charge. I'll get to that in a second. And No-Ed, because No-Ed is just great. It means that you can probably get another few 2 hits and allow us to do some crazy things. So, Hillbilly has a chainsaw, as you can see. The way that this works is you basically rev the chainsaw with your M2, and then you get a really hard to control burst of speed, and then you can drift. So there's 2 ways you use this. You either use it to, you know, get around the map, or you use it to try to trail a survivor so then you can insta-down them. Or maybe try to body block them into an area so then you can also chainsaw them. But using it too much will cause it to overheat by the little meter, so kind of like the Shape or any other character who has a little red thing go around their portrait. So you do have to actually manage this power, which is what makes this character actually kind of hard to play. Let's get into the add-ons for the build that we will be using, which is Spiked Boots, which increases the sprint turn speed by 44%. This is really noticeable, and also makes it that if we hit a object with our chainsaw, the stun that we get is lessened, as well as Doom Engravings. This means that we move 20% faster, however it just takes 14% longer for us to actually charge our chainsaw, which is fine. We are bringing a Mori just to show off the Mori, and let's get into the other builds. So let's say you don't want to make any prerequisites, you just want to get into the game and have fun. I recommend Jolt, Fearmonger, No-Ed, and Tinkerer. You can switch Jolt for Whispers if you do kind of have a good grasp on how that perk works. However, I would generally just say Jolt would be more useful, but that is in the eyes of the beholder. So what do these perks do? Well, Jolt, whenever you hit someone with your basic attack and down them, all generators around you will regress and blow up, and you will get to know which gens blew up. Fearmonger, this means that whenever a survivor's doing a gen, they cannot see auras, which can be really hard against a new player, but also they get exhausted, and exhausted means that they can't use their exhaustion perks such as Dead Hard to take a hit, or Sprint Burst to easily get away from you, which means that this really helps players be able to kind of get to a gen, chase them off of it, and then just down them. Which, Tinkerer, the first time a generator is repaired to 70% progress, you get a loud notification and you get undetectable, meaning they can't hear tear radius. So you can just go up to them, rev up your chainsaw, and then just go at them. If you do have the Apex Muffler, this is insanely strong, because that means that survivors cannot hear your chainsaw until they're in your tear radius. If you have no tear radius, they just can't hear your chainsaw. And obviously No-Ed. And then in the final one, Tinkerer, Jolt, Fearmonger, and instead of No-Ed, we have Shattered Hope, which is great against any boons, and allows you to get some aura reading, which means that, hey, you can probably go and chainsaw someone. So with that, let's get into the first game, shall we? So, here we are in our first game. I've decided to use the good old milkman outfit just because I think it is humorous. And look at this. 30% faster. So we have It's Morbing Time as well as an Ash, which will be hopefully entertaining. We are on Midwich, which is a pretty decent map because we can have very good straight lines with our character. But we still need a... And it's Morbing Time. Yeah. That's right. Sorry I was a bit silent there. But as you can see, it takes longer for us to zoom, but when we do zoom, it's really hard for survivors to kind of get past. I don't think we can tell that someone's in there. Maybe there wasn't some... No, there was someone in there. There we go. Man, it was a little laggy there. That was surprising. But as you can see, we go so fast that it really cuts off the options, and on this map, like Hillbilly's like kind of cracked. So we should have a pretty easy time. The steering on a map like this does not really matter as much, because obviously, how would we be, you know, steering in a hallway? Oh, we actually could have just chainsawed them instead. This is a situation where brutal strength would actually come in more useful. But we make do. Let's pick them up. I don't think my MMR is too high because Hillbilly is a really hard character and you can lose many games just by being an idiot. But let's see. Just not enough. Yeah, no. But as you can see, it's good for just gaining time as well. We don't want to tunnel, we don't really need to, we're winning. If we had the low pro chains, we could probably do some sort of crazy mind game, but we don't. And we make those. Meaning that now currently we have 4 hooks for 1 gen. However, just because it says 1 gen, you should never really think of it as 1 gen. I would always recommend that at the start of the game, kind of understand that there's probably 3 gens being targeted. But because we were really good at getting like 2 people down, we probably only have maybe 1 more gen being actively worked on right now. We'll go down here. We saw that they went back up. We were a bit too gung-ho on that. We can kind of tap and hold this and see where we go with it. No, that doesn't work. Damn. As you can see, even with the time that we get, it can be kind of hard. I'm just going to tunnel this person out of the game so then we have an easier game. Oh, almost. A bit too gung-ho, as always. Okay. No, we won't do that. This person's pretty smart. Very smart. at that lag. But this is what I mean, right? If you don't play to your fullest, like as we can see, they're healing up there. But if you don't play to your best of your abilities, you'll probably not be able to get that much done. Oh, that's so annoying. It feels like there's a lot of delay, but it doesn't say that there's lag or anything. This is the other kind of problem is there's no way for you to easily drift into anyone. I really want to just get a down so we can see what the Mori's like. But it seems like my greed is really getting to me. As you can see, body block into a down. We have more chances to get Jeff, so we shouldn't really worry too hard. I say as I go to where Jeff is. Just in case we're trying to do the tech. Oh, I think if we actually kept... maybe not. Okay. Oh my god, hard lag, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I thought so. Even with turn speed add-ons. There he is. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we know that one gen's probably going to be done very shortly. Which means we can easily just go for the M1s now. We probably should break that door. Yeah, we need to just break this door. Very annoyingly. Oh my god, game. Please don't do that shit with me right now. And we're able to get it down. Woo, Mori! But as you can see, this game went really south really quickly, even though we're on a really good map for killer. Mainly because I was being dumb, and I wasn't just going for chases. But hey. I don't know why you wouldn't just leave, Jake. Like, do you really need the 2 BP from being chased? Anyway, here's dead Morbin time. Well, let's get into the second game. So, how was that game? We were a bit counterpicked due to the stage, as Hillbilly and other characters such as Blight really benefit off of the fact that having wide open areas where they can really curve, really turn, and really get, like, you know, cool and creative hits on people using the environment. And although a lot of the times we could be funneled into a spot to get really easy hits, as you saw from the Ash, you can kind of just hide in the crevices and make sure that the Hillbilly doesn't get you. So it's a really hard map to navigate with a character like Hillbilly, who's already hard on top of that. But let's crank that to 11 with our newest build for the second part of the episode. So we have now added Hag and Doctor as part of the special edition. And as you can see, we're using a whopping 0 of those perks. Why? Well, a lot of them are inconsistent. Overcharge is a very decent perk if you're kicking gens a lot. However, we don't really feel like we need to kick gens, as we're just trying to get a bunch of momentum off of getting downs, and using that downs to just get people out of the game as soon as we can, to get so much advantage and tempo that the survivors can't do anything. However, I do have builds to help with gen defense, and specifically about gen defense, so there is that too. If you want to have this build be a little bit more jank, I would say Devour Hope. Devour Hope is a perk that this character can actually use really well. And you know what? Let's just go and use that now. So, the prerequisites of this one is Nurse, Trapper, and Hag Prestige 1. So this is a very, very expensive one. However, I would say that you can use this by just getting Hag and Nurse P1. And then just slapping these perks on, because most of the time they don't really matter. So Agitation increases your terror radius when transporting bodies. This is great with Starstruck, but we're not using that in this build. But also makes you move faster when doing so, and on a lot of maps, you know, sometimes getting places faster is the best, and especially when you're using Devour Hope. Devour Hope, the way that this works, is basically as soon as you hook someone, you get the fuck away from that hook, they get unhooked, and you basically keep trying to do this. With the M2, they won't know that you have exposed. So if you're able to get a lot of M2 downs on different people and have all of them, you know, get away, you can then M2 someone so they still don't know you have Devour Hope, and then Mori them so then they know you have Devour Hope. However, if you are smart and you bring a Mori as well as bring Devour Hope, and you, as the final one, when you have 5 tokens, you kill the obsession with an you kill that person with an M2, and then Mori them, they'll just be like, oh, he's just Moriing them, because he has a Mori. So there's a lot of fun mind games you can do with this. But let's get into the main meat and potatoes of this one, is the add-ons. So the low pro chains is a ridiculously good add-on that not that many people talk about. You continue a chainsaw sprint through a pallet or breakable wall, which is insane. However, within 5 seconds, if you hit someone, they're only damaged for a single health state, which is fine. Because of the fact that, you know, if you'll still be able to get that hit, most of the time you might just hit someone, they'll go to a pallet, be greedy, and then you can hit them through it. As well, if they drop the pallet and then kind of watch to see for a flashlight, you can just down them like that too. However, we are also using the kind of pseudo meme add-on Tombed Carburetor. The way this one works is your charge speed is now much quicker at 25 increased meters per second, 25% increased charge speed, but your base movement is now that of like Huntress. So that's going to be very interesting to do this build. And because we are now bringing a thing, I'll bring a Mori. The second build is all about gen defense, and we're using it with Shattered Hope, just so we can get like gen defense and totem defense to a degree. So no boons, just go do gens, you can't do gens. So the perk we're adding to this one is Overcharge, and this is the only prerequisite. So P1 Doctor is the only character you need. The way that this perk works is when you kick a gen, its regression speed starts at 75%, which is a little bit slower than normal, but then it goes up to twice the speed of normal regression over 30 seconds, which is pretty good. And if a generator interacts with that gen to try to get the regression off of it, they get a very hard skill check, and if they fail, they basically knock off 15 seconds of that gen. So that's also a really good build, and you can just run that immediately after getting Doctor done. And this one is the final one, which is Devour Hope and Nowhere, just so then we have constant pain for the survivors, as well as Tinkerer and Fearmonger. So, with that, I hope you all enjoy, and let's get into the second game. This feels way more relaxing playing Hillbilly, although it's still pretty darn shit. So, as you can tell, we are slower. And, as you can see, our chainsaw charges very fast. I was very much so thinking of running the one that makes our cooling happen faster, but I decided against it. So as you saw, we just went through the pallet. Didn't give a flying fuck. Ooh, that was a good move. It wouldn't have worked anyway. Okay, let's hit and run. Okay, where did she go? Oh. Ow. Oh, god damn it. So this obviously is very hard. Yeah, we don't have enough turning. I think we would really need to have that. But it's fine. Damn. However, we have been able to get some pallets out of the way, and MMR really does screw over this killer, I will say. This killer is not heavily recommended to just play. You can get dicked on very hard, and that's a boon. So we'll snuff that out. If we had a Shattered Hope, we might actually be able to get value from that. We'll curve around. Maybe up here. Okay. Okay, so we've curved around, and from what it seems, they didn't touch our hex. Yeah, no. So that's very good. So now that that gen has been done in that area, there's probably no real reason for them to go and actually break it and find it. Especially since... timing went weird. Okay. There we go. I hope your good old breaking of that hook really worked out for you, bud. And then we'll chainsaw away, so then we can guarantee the value. Yep, no one's on that gen. Yeah, tried to curve too far into them. However, it is maybe not fine actually. You know, this Yoichi's a bit too smart, he knows what's up. These gens are fucking flying. I just honestly forgot, like, when you go from 25% faster to 20%. The burst of speed you get at the start is so hard to maintain. Yep, we just can't deal with that. And that's the sad thing, is vaults are still a pain. No. And I think we will kill you for that, actually. Die, Leon, die! What the fuck? That's so funny. Okay, thank God our mic is down. I unironically thought for a second that we accidentally weren't recording. We'll kick this just so then we have something going on. God damn, that was such a bad angle to start. You kind of have to know where to start your chainsaw sprints to give you leeway. Damn it. So then you can drift accordingly. They've all 3-gen themselves though, so we should be kind of fine. Oh. So not used to this turning speed. I mean this charge speed. Oh my god, it's so different. I'm so sorry everyone. This is not fun content. That almost was so good. The turn speed. That was too much of a turn. Yeah. The problem with this killer, as you can see, is just we have to really manage that fucking meter. And also, my desk is fucking short as fuck. And there we go, we got low pro chain value. I'm actually not gonna do that because there's no reason to. This person, literally the only way we're getting them is by just hitting them naturally. They're far too just, oh, they're a M1 killer basically. Man, I love this game. It's so well made. They booned our Hex, which is annoying. Oh, Shadow Step. Right. I would like some interesting gameplay, please. He thought we would be respecting the palette a bit too much there, so I had to pay for it. Yeah, no, I can't do anything with that. Yep. Well, there's not much we can do now other than just having no ed, really. I guess dealing with this totem for BP. We missed our mark. We should have gone the other way around. Really? Yeah, this map was very much so not designed for having fun with this character. And she's now seen the boon totem, hex totem, so she now knows what is up if she gets hit. Oh my god, lag. Stop. It is actually infuriating. There we go. Man, freaking lag that hard where it's just like... No, you can't even see the direction the survivor's going, I'm sorry. Yep, that should guarantee that the survivor's not able to get off. There is Leon, and hey, 2 kills, even by the back of Noed, that's still very good, honestly. as you can saw by my little bit of annoyance and shit, like, this map is not good for traversal by actually trying to get to, like, point A to point B, but it's really good for just general, like, drifting to get movement around the map. So I hope that that really helped all of that, and as well, we were playing with, like, kind of meme add-ons. But hey, let's get into the next game and the next set of builds. So, that was a pretty good game, wouldn't you say? We got to have a funny Mori, the survivors kicked our asses, but hey, that might just be a running trend in this series. But let's go into the build, shall we? So the way that this works is we choose one DLC for 3 different builds, and then in the next game, when we do our next builds, we'll add another DLC to the exact DLC that we bought previously. So in this one, we have All Kill. All Kill gives us the Trickster, and the Trickster gives us Starstruck and No Way Out. What do? Well, No Way Out makes it so then if you hooked every single person once, you have a minute where they can't do anything. Pair that with No-Ed, and they have a minute of oh fuck. Agitation Starstruck, on the other end, is really good as well, because Agitation means that you carry bodies faster, meaning that if someone tries to take a hit, maybe at like a hook, you can hit them, and 2 increases your tear radius by 12 meters, meaning that Starstruck, whenever anyone's in your tear radius when you're moving a body, is exposed, works even better. And a fun little tooltip for this perk is there will be a timer that's red that will go around the edges of this perk, and when it goes to the middle, that's when the perk has stopped and its cooldown has begun. Just a little tip for all of you. So that is the build that we're not going to be using, because it is not the most interesting to me. It is the most budget friendly and most consistent and easiest build to run. It is so simple, anyone could run it. And this is not what we're running either. This is the Demise of the Faithful, also known as the Plague. Plague has an incredibly good perk called Infectious Fright. What this means is you are able to see where people are if they're in your tear radius around you, and then you force them to scream when you down someone. Pairing this with a perk like Nurse's Calling, you see where a bunch of people are healing, you down the person who's getting healed, boom, you now know where everyone is around you, you get your chainsaw out, boom. This works particularly well if you're playing like maybe Huntress or a character like that. However, Huntresses always have other aura reading perks because for some reason Huntress people are the most big brain people out there. And then obviously Corrupt Intervention, 3 gens furthest away from you are blocked for 120 seconds, and if anyone goes into the dying state, then those gens are now unblocked. This is fine because most of the time the entire point of this perk is to get a down to be able to start going off with your plays, so it's fine. However, the DLC that we are choosing is Shattered Bloodlines. This is the Spirit chapter. It comes with Haunted Grounds, which is a generally okay perk, Spirit Fury, which is an extremely fun perk, and Rancor, which is the funnest perk. There is no disputing it. Like, yes, Blood Warden is also awesome. Rancor just happens more and it gives you a cool animation. So, let's, what do all of these things do? Shattered Hope, instead of No-Ed, means that if we find a boon totem, we can just snuff it out and make sure we don't have to deal with it. We're not running any hexes, so we don't need to worry about anything. Enduring, which is a Hillbilly perk, our pallet stuns are reduced by 50%, meaning that after a pallet stun, our Spirit Fury is pretty much a guaranteed hit, and with, you know, Hillbilly, maybe even a guaranteed down. Spirit Fury, when you break 2 pallets, including with low pro chains, the next time you are stunned by pallet, which is 50% faster to be finished, you immediately break that pallet and then you can just go chase them. And Rancor. So whenever a generator is completed, your obsession sees your aura for 3 seconds and you get to see bubbles of where everyone is. And when the exit gates are opened, the obsession is exposed. They get to know that they're exposed, so they need to get the hell out of dodge. And if you hit them, they are guaranteed a slow and painful death of a Mori. We're also bringing a Mori just because I like Moris and I think that they are fun, and for a video like this I feel like it would be kind of lame to just bring VP offerings. The other add-on that we're running is Spiked Boots, because in the previous game, with Shattered Hope as well, we found that with the low pro chain sometimes it was really hard to hit someone because we'd kind of get stuck into the middle and then they could kind of edge their way to the side and we wouldn't be able to turn to them quick enough. But with this we should be able to. So let's get into the game. So, we're in Mount Almond Resort. This should be a pretty nice map. We're kind of even dressed for the occasion. However, we probably should have a, sleeved jumper instead of the vest that we're wearing. Let's just start beginning. So we have a James Sunderland and a nicely dressed Leon. And I hope that we can kill them in this game. Yeah, no, we're not able to make that. James, don't be mean. You're playing as a Cheryl. Cheryls don't BM. That's the rule of this game. Yeah, no. However, we are now able to... Again, we've shown off our tricks, and as you saw, Spear of Fury just charged 1 stack. Nice try. Okay, so Spear of Fury and doing really good combo, and as well we have a little bit of information, as just shown then, with Rancor. Those are the little bubbles you get. So we know that someone's over here. Let's try to get him out. We're around here. Wait a minute. That's our obsession. So we shouldn't try chase him too much. However, when we can... Whoa, that was weird. What are they doing? Are they AFK or something? No, they stopped, so they must literally be trying to BM me hard. I really want to kill this James Sunderland. He teabagged me. I'm molding, I'm salting. Wow. Not really. I just want to kill him because I think he would be a cool character to kill. Okay. Okay, there's no one there. I think that that was a... Let's see if we can do this. And we can. 3 for 3, baby. Time for my kill. Yeehaw! That's a moy. I can hear you messing with that that chest. Don't know where that chest is though. The fabled chest. We can see that there's a pallet here. That apparently you have to be dead on to hit. That was fun. But now, basically, if we get pallet stunned, it does not matter. Oh, damn. Oh, you just blew that. Oh, that looked like that hit. Such an unfortunate thing that happened. Okay. We don't really need to worry about Leon as much. Due to the fact that Leon is our obsession and we can just kill them at the end of the game, guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed at all, but pseudo. Ah. That did not look like that would hit for me. Yeah, as you can see from this game, this is typically what happens if you're going against really new players and you're actually pretty decent in the game. Oh. That's typical Leon behavior because Leon has the perk Flashbang. If you had, you could use the perk Lightborn, which is a Hillbilly perk, which allows him to not be blinded. That's right. Man, with these fucking, we can drift for days. there is a commonplace meme in this game, which is that the one thing the hillbillies actually want is to just drift on like a racetrack. And I'm really making that a thing with this game. Oh, I guess we're tunneling. Sorry, Fang. Oh. Yeah, don't worry, Fangmin. Okay, that was cool, Leon. That was cool. I'll give you that. That was a cool little desperation move there. Yeah, whenever you get the chance to really like let it rip and really do something cool, I'd say always take that chance. And as you can see with this map, how much more open it is, you're able to see that we are really able to get things done. And there, because of the stun, we were actually able to recover way faster than what we would have been able to recover. So she actually made life way easier for us by doing that. Oh, almost. It's all about predicting with this character. We'll do this. May as well. That was so weird. So we broke it, but then we didn't go into it because we didn't right angle it. Whoa, game, you don't. Whoa, game, you don't need to lag so hard. Oh, I thought someone would have been going to save. Well, Yep, as I thought. I was literally saying, well, I guess at this point we may as well camp, and then lo and behold, Survivor tries to save. So that went well for us. This game is honestly the... And there goes the battle. Man, this was a really good game, I will say. There was a lot of really fun moments where we did really cool things. But yeah, now it's all over. Game over. Like, that was a really strong game. That really goes to show how strong low pro and how strong these turning boots are, because you can kind of do a lot of crazy things with them. And it really makes it so then you turn way better. So, really fun. So, let's get into the final game and the final builds. That game was incredible. I think that that is the peak of this episode. So honestly, after I showed these builds, if you just want to leave, I wouldn't blame you. Well, let's get into the build, shall we? So the first build we have is obviously the Trickster build, and we're just adding Lethal Pursuer, honestly. So the requirements are Trickster, Trapper, and Nemesis. Honestly, you could run literally anything. This build is super flexible. You could add Pain Res if you wanted to. You could literally just run anything. We're running double Doom Engravings to make us faster. This is kind of the upgraded, really heavy loop build with the spiked boots, low pro chains. But it's the Spirit DLC and the Clown DLC, so those are the requirements. Because Pop is a perk that Hillbilly can actually use really well because he has good map traversal. And Bamboozle is really good as well because the only thing that you can kind of get screwed over from is hitting into a vault when you try to hit someone. So you can vault into Killer Shack and then low pro chains your way out of there and maybe find someone. I think that the best add-on that they could give Hillbilly, or something in general, is an add-on that shows people when you break pallets or something. But yeah, other than that, this is just a really good build. It doesn't have great, like, slowdown to a degree, but I think it's still really good. And then there's this build. This build is really memey. I don't think it will really perform well, but I really want to try it. Because the way that this one works is it's like a slugging build. So we're running Infectious Fright and Deerstalker, so then when we down someone, we can tell if people are around. If they're not, we go hook them, preferably on a Scourge hook. So then they passively slow the game down, as well as us having Deadlock, which also just passively slows down the game. So all we need to focus on is doing good turns with our, chainsaw, getting good downs, and then being able to leave people down and stuff like that. So I think that this build will be very good, and let's get into the game, shall we? Hello, and this is the final game. I will loosely explain what the build is about, and we got Hillbilly's worst map in the entire game. So, this build, using Cenobite and Plague, is all about downing someone, finding someone, downing someone, finding someone, downing someone, winning the game. Sadly, we got literally the worst map for Hillbilly in the game. And this is, no joke, one of the hardest characters in the game. And lag. God forbid if there wasn't lag. Oh my god, this lag is insufferable. What the hell has happened? Like, this is like actually so bad. Yeah, as you can see, basically you need to be able to turn into an opponent, and you can't do such a thing while playing as Hillbilly on this map. So, we might just be screwed. I don't have enough room on my desk, but I really tried there. Okay. Come on! They need to increase the hurt box of the chainsaw when it's a survivor, like increase the survivor's hit box. I know that that would ruin so many situations, but the amount of situations I get ruined is insane. We already know that someone's there, however, we really just need to start getting down and getting shit done. We really want to hook on this hook because this is the Scourge hook. Which means that they will passively do gens slower when they are healed. And this is great. That also tells us that someone's there. So now do that. Okay. At this point, we go for the slug, definitely. Sadly, like, this is just literally the most optimal thing. I do not want to play on this map. Nah. Yeah, like, we're gonna have to play this game, unfortunately. Which sucks. Because if we don't, they'll just unhook them. That's like the most annoying thing about this, though. We know where everyone is now. One person there, one person there, one person there. Fake it, so then we need to try to bait people out of doing things. And the lag is coming back. We're just gonna tunnel the fuck out of you, I don't really care. No need to be kind when you're literally on the worst map for your killer. And literally this map is like pretty much terrible for everyone. It's good for stealth killers, and that's it. It's bad for Blight, it's bad for Nurse, it's bad for Spirit, it's bad for Hillbilly. It's bad for like literally like half the cast. Trapper, it's bad because there's too many vaults, so his traps don't really work. Huntress, it's bad because there's not really wide open areas, so she can't really make shots as easily. Like literally, this is just one of the worst maps in the game. When it comes to like gameplay for killers like mine, at least. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Oh my god, game. Don't do that. We might not even get this hook because this map is that badly designed. Jesus Christ. Can the game be a little better? I really hate really inconsistent and or annoying hook spawns. It's the reason why Midwich is like, although it's really good to find people, it's impossible to kill people. Often. So disappointing. How can people just immediately get off? It's dumb of me to attempt. You're not being saved. We're not really using the skirt hooks too much, but hey, we're literally at such a disadvantage. I'd rather just be getting the actual towns at this point. I know that... Yeah, get fucked. I was like, I know they're here somewhere. There we go. Now this helps us a lot. Whew. Okay, we can stop stressing. Stop molding. Stop being a bitch. Let's get this W. Okay. I'm trying to be impressive now because I did a bravado. Pick this. Okay, so we know that this gen here is probably being worked on. The fact that it isn't implies that that gen there is the only gen that's being... Yet again, like, frame drops, lag. Why aren't people just easy to pin? Low pro chains would have been really cool there. But yeah, you can see why Bamboozle is so needed in this. Okay, so you've just chosen death at this point. Yeah, like you've just chosen death. If we did have a monstrous shrine, it would come in effect now. Yeah, hope. We know that there was someone around here too. Due to scratch marks. Okay, that gen had no progress on it. The fact that it's done now is insane. I saw them. Chainsaw stun. Oh my Can everything stop being edged out so much? Can everything just be neat and tidy like a nice hospital? Why must everything be cringe? Okay, they weren't dumb. Man, like, so stressful on this map. I think we might be able to... Like, even with double turn speed add-ons, it's just impossible to navigate this map with chainsaw. That's just a testament to how bad it is. Specifically, yet again, for this skill. Like, if I was playing Shape, this would be fun as fuck. But, like, the fact that we're playing Hillbilly, who's a ridiculously hard character who requires skill, and, like, open terrain to really function, yeah, this is good. Yeah. Not do anything but that. This is the other thing, is rectangle loops. Thank you. She didn't need to do that. She honestly could have just immediately just kept moving. Oh, so fucking painful every time. It's so painful seeing all these really good plays immediately just get nothing because it's like, oh, I can turn 2 degrees to the left. And it's like, great. Oh, for fuck's sake, how are they doing these gens so easily? I know why. Fucking hell. I'm not like gonna say like they're not toxic, they're just really good. But man, if they say a single fucking thing bad, I will actually be mad. Like, yeah, I'm fucking up a bit. I just wanna actually play the game and be able to chainsaw. Yeah, I just can't even see, it's blinding. Yeah, no. I just can't use my chainsaw. It's so irritating. Molding. It's lagging too, which annoys me. Yeah, we're not winning this one. I honestly just should have fucking tried my hardest to fucking camp. No, just have everyone downed. This person's also not killable. I think we know that the Claudette is dead. I think Pain Res honestly would have been way better, but we have Infectious Fright, so we can't like have Deadlock. Like Deadlock and Pain Res would probably help a lot. But it's also because we're literally on one of the worst maps in the game. Finally, some plays being made. Someone was coming for you, weren't they? These little flies that come off this weapon are so distracting. Yeah, I guess we're just... Yeah, we're just camping now. like, one gen is gonna pop, like, immediately, I know it. It's just gonna be that far gen there that was being slightly worked on. Yep. It's just gonna pop in, like, you know, yeah, literally there. There was no way I could literally beat these people without fucking camming. Yeah, that makes sense. The fact that I didn't see anyone and then suddenly the, you know, scratch marks left. I can probably presume that, they're just gonna go to the other side of the map and fucking do that, so just camp again. I'm gonna bait by doing this. So if they leave, they'd leave. But, it'll make it more appetizing, because if they do get the unhook, it's basically guaranteed that both of them get out. But yeah, this map is so goddamn awful for Hillbilly. So, sadly, we have to do means like this to actually be able to show that, you know, Hillbilly can do something. And I'm probably gonna get shit for it at the end game. I'll be mad if I do. Because I'll be like, it isn't their fault I got sent to this map, it isn't their fault that they're really good at the game. But like, behavior, like, fuck me. And she just found hatching me. Oh no, she may have actually left. She may have been like proxying the hook so then she could get the unhook. So then she could immediately, yeah, okay. Well, GG, and now to get to the end results. Man, doesn't it suck to fucking mold about the worst map for your character, eh? But it's fine. Sadly, we didn't get to play with the TTV. However, shoutouts to Hectic Robbo. They were the person who was going to play against us, but then they had some issues. I talked to them on stream. They're a super cool person. Drop them a follow on Twitch. This is what their Twitch is. But yeah, so this is everything about Hillbilly. He's a very hard character, as you can see. You have to be pinpoint with those chainsaws. You can't just like Bubba, you know, be in like kind of the general vicinity of a character. You have to literally dash into the character, which makes him very annoying to play, as you can tell. I would not recommend Hillbilly at all if you are a person who gets tilted at this game, or if you're a person who like wants to play this game, but like it's like, oh, maybe this game's for me, but like, you know, I just want to try it. Don't try Hillbilly first up. Try someone like Wraith, try someone like Trapper, try someone like Legion, Ghostface, Shape. Those characters are fun, interesting, and really teach you how to play the game in fun and unique ways. Hillbilly will just hurt you. But if you do want that high skill rush of like playing a really hard character and doing good with them, then Hillbilly is literally the hardest killer in the game. So that is the thing there. But I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.